Travis Hunter has officially announced that he will be playing his college football somewhere besides Jackson State. So where could he end up? There's a very obvious choice among the list of schools I'm going to break down for you here in just a second. But where could he end up if he doesn't only end up following Coach Prime? We'll talk about that, but I got 3 schools that I want to break down for us to give a total all-encompassing look at where Travis Hunter could be playing his college football. Now, whoever gets Travis Hunter is getting an absolute dog. I mean, played both ways for Jackson State. Good size, great speed. He's the #1 player currently in the transfer portal, according to our transfer portal player rankings on On3. That's a big deal. There's a lot of ballers in the transfer portal right now. To be the best one, saying something. So wherever he goes, going to be an immediate impact guy, going to be a high impact guy. He will make your team better on day one. Put on an absolute clinic and a losing effort in the Celebration Bowl on both sides of the football. Travis Hunter is that guy. So where is he going next? The obvious answer, the one that everyone's going to say, the one that is leaning the hardest in the RPM right now for us is Colorado. I mean, Travis Hunter acknowledged it in his announcement. Everybody wants me to follow Coach Prime. And he basically said he wasn't against that. And I think at the end of the day, that's where he will end up. And the whole thing with Colorado is sticking to the plan of when he decommitted out of high school from Florida State and said, you know what, I want to be with Coach Prime. And the appeal to going to Colorado, outside of just some familiarity with that, head coach, obviously, and some of that roster, I would imagine, Deion Sanders has not only the roadmap, but been himself to the places that Travis Hunter aspires to go to. Travis Hunter, #1 player in the country out of high school. Plays corner and receiver. Deion Sanders played corner and receiver. NFL Hall of Famer. He's done the things that Travis Hunter wants to do. And so there is no other coach in the rest of college football that can make the pitch to Travis Hunter, hey, I know what it's like to have the aspirations you have. And also, I know what it's like to achieve the aspirations that you have. Stick with me. I'll show you the way. Nick Saban, as great as he is, can't make that pitch. Kirby Smart, as great as he is, can't make that pitch. Mike Norvell can't make that pitch. And so that's the interesting thing right there with Deion Sanders and the trajectory of Travis Hunter's recruitment. So keep an eye on that. People commit to people. I've said it before on this program. I said it when Travis Hunter committed to Jackson State on my TikTok in Waco, Texas, in my bedroom, talking about this commitment of what he was going to do next. People commit to people. So Travis Hunter, the next decision he makes, yes, it'll be about the school to a degree, but a lot of it will have to do with who he's going to play for. And the familiarity and the relationship with Deion Sanders, that's the biggest trump card in this entire recruitment. So there's some other options that I think are very much so players in his recruitment, but Colorado is without a doubt the lead dog in the clubhouse. If you have not yet subscribed to the On3 YouTube channel, now is the time, y'all. The Hard Count has you covered. 365, 7 days a week. We got you here. College football, a year-round sport. We cover it as such on this program. We're live on Tuesdays. We're live on Thursdays, 1 Central, 2 Eastern. So make sure you're locked and loaded. Make sure you're subscribed, bell notifications, all that. We have a good time on that channel or on that program on this channel. Make sure you're subscribed. If you're not following me on Twitter or Instagram, would encourage you to do so at JD Pickell. It's a great medium for us to build some interaction and have some good back and forth there that we can then incorporate into the on-air program. Florida State is where he decommitted from out of high school. And the whole thing with going back to Florida State, going back in the sense of deciding he wants to recommit to Florida State out of the transfer portal, I think the way that you could talk yourself into that is the Florida State right now as a program is in a very different place than they were when Travis Hunter was coming out of high school. I mean, think about it. Jaheim Bell, the tight end for South Carolina that then just jumped in the portal and is now headed to Florida State, talked about wanting to be at Florida State out of high school, talked about that being a place that was intriguing to him. But he just couldn't do it because of the nature of how competitive Florida State was and the disarray within the program. The program right now is in a very different position. Won 9 games last season. They showed, okay, we can be a real player across the college football landscape on a national level going forward. When Travis Hunter was coming out of high school, we're making bowl games. And it's hard to ask the number one player in the country to bet on a program that's not competitive. Now, with how competitive Florida State is going to be and how competitive they have proven they are, it would be a lot easier to say, you know what, that's where my heart was out of high school originally. I want to get back there and recommit to being a part of that. So is it likely? I don't know, but I think there's very much so a situation and a scenario that would make sense for Travis Hunter to decide he wants to go to Tallahassee. So keep an eye on Florida State in this whole thing. Here's the dark horse for me. Everyone's going to talk about Florida State. Everyone's going to talk about Colorado. I would not count out Kirby Smart. Can he make the same pitch as Deion Sanders at Georgia? No. But you know what you can pitch at Georgia if you're Kirby Smart? Development. Just say, man, did you see our team in 2021? Did you see how many first-round draft picks we had on that defense? And Travis Hunter, to be honest with you, they were all really good players. They did not have the skill set that you have. They did not come to Athens with the ability that you have out of high school or out of the transfer portal, however you want to word it, however you want to look at it. Travis Hunter, a special player. And if you want to get the absolute most out of your professional career, get the absolute most out of your college career in terms of draft stock, like Georgia is the place where you can answer all the questions that scouts could have. You get to play at the absolute highest level of college football in the SEC. And oh, by the way, you'll have a really good shot to win some national championships too. And so if development is the key word for Travis Hunter as he aspires to be big time in the NFL, Georgia checks that box emphatically. Now, it would be obviously a big change having to leave Coach Prime, and I don't know if that's something that he wants to do, but if it's truly a business decision, Georgia makes a whole lot of sense. Also, keep in mind, he is from the state of Georgia, and he unofficially visited Georgia twice when he was in high school. Now, why is that important? I can just say from experience, a lot of the feelings you have your first year on a college campus, one of the big ones is homesickness. A lot of the time, it's, man, I want to get back to being around my friends, back to being around my family, and be back around what's familiar. 9 times out of 10, if you see a kid transfer after his freshman year in college, he will transfer back close to home. It's just the way that it works. We like to be around what's familiar. And for Georgia, being the school in the home state, on top of all the things that it could bring you from a business perspective in terms of the NFL, I think that makes a whole lot of sense. So is there any reporting that we have on this at this point in time? No, but keep an eye on the Bulldogs. I think they're a very real player. I think they will be a very real player in this recruitment if it does get to be a conversation of more than just Colorado, which at this point in time, it feels like it is. But either way, somebody is going to get an absolute baller in Travis Hunter, whether he's playing offense, whether he's playing defense. Guy's got skills. Going to make one program very, very happy. That's it for us here on our program, The Hard Count. Again, we are live, 1 Central, 2 Eastern on this YouTube channel. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you got the bell notification. Jump in the live chat. That's what we do here that makes us, I think, different than other programs. We're very much so wanting to interact in real time and have a back and forth, have a community. That's what this is. This whole thing is a community. So we appreciate you for that. Nick Break, Lifting Heavy, this is your show. We're going to keep the party rolling. We will see y'all next time. Hey y'all, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.